I came across a quote from C.S. Lewis that has really got my mind thinking and going. And so I'm going to read you this quote. He says, what we really want as his people, in fact, is not so much a father in heaven as a grandfather in heaven. A senile benevolence who, as they say, like to see young people enjoying themselves, and whose plan for the universe was simply that it might be truly said at the end of the day, a good time was had by all. And I was actually working on a lesson kind of about the commandments, and I came across this quote. And, why we have commandments. Why do we go through hard times? When we yell out and we say, we curse God because of things that happen to us. And it made me think of a time when I did. I remember, I know exactly where I was when I yelled out, why did you do this? I did all the things you asked. I did A, B, and C, and why is this happening to me? And last night I got a text from a good friend of mine whose daughter had lost her husband, and wanted to know if she could reach out to me. And I was like, absolutely. And I don't know if I'm always the best person to talk to because I'm so, energetic, I guess is the word. It just depends. But it had been about 6 months since her husband had passed. And she wanted to hear my story and then just ask me some questions. And it was interesting as I would tell her my story and kind of tell her things I was going through. She would go, oh, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're going through. And that's exactly what I'm going through right now. And I understand. And it made me think, why? I'm so glad I can be there for her. I'm so glad because when you're a young widow, and you don't have anybody to talk to, or and again, she said this, she goes, I love my family. They're amazing. They're supportive, but there's just certain things they don't understand. And I knew exactly what she was saying. And as much as they try, and yes, they lost a brother, they lost a son, they lost, a son-in-law, they lost a best friend. It's different. Just like I don't know what it's like to lose a brother, losing a spouse, or, a lot of times I say to my kids, I don't know what it's like to have your father die. And I'm sorry, I don't know what that's like. And so even I have a hard time, relating to my kids in a sense, because I don't know exactly. Just because we lost the same person, it was different. We had a different relationship with him, all of us. And it kind of went back to that quote that C.S. Lewis had said about how a lot of times we just want God to take away all our problems and for everything to be perfect and for it just to be this very easy road. That we just, all was great. And, they had a party. It was so much fun. But he wants to teach us. He's a loving, loving Father who wants us to learn and wants us to grow. And as I was talking to her today, it made me realize how much I had grown with God's help. How far I have come. And she's, right in the beginnings of it of being a single mom where you don't get to share or have weekends off or summer breaks or anything. You are the parent 24/7. I remember those days. And I could talk to her and share with her. Would it be better to have a God to not let people die? To not let bad things happen? No. Because I wouldn't be who I am today without going through hard times. When we think about muscles and muscles needing to grow and muscles, and how they have to be stretched and they have to be sore and they have to go through painful things to get to a place where you need them. To have the strength and lift. And to lift others. To be that strong, you kind of have to go through some pretty crappy stuff to be able to be strong enough to lift others and to help them and to be a positive light unto them. I am so, so thankful. I am so thankful that with God, I am stronger. And with Him, I can help others. Because isn't that why we're here? Whether it's helping others through a hurricane or a freezing storm or a heat wave, I don't know, whatever you're going through. Or through emotional hard times. He loves us enough to help us to grow and become better people. Now, it's kind of my thought for you when you're going through, to try to be positive and to ask God what you are to learn from this. He may not show you right away, but I know one day He will. Thanks. Have a great week.